there, how are you all today? Welcome back to Beauty Bee, where today we're doing a mishmash of several different videos. We're doing a chatty get ready with me using my Panda's eyeshadows and a little update on my no-buy. So, I am starting out with sunscreen and lip balm on. I have nothing else on my skin, so let's fix that. I'm going to be using a color correcting primer on some of the redness that I have right on my cheeks and then on my chin. I don't know where this came from, but I don't appreciate it. Needs to cut it out. But then over the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this Purlisse matcha green tea antioxidant priming moisturizer. So let's start with the quick update on the no-buy. It's going pretty well. I have been tempted, but I have not given in, and I'm not like counting down the days or anything until this is over. I think it's the 22nd, 23rd as I'm filming this. I don't know. I don't know what the date is ever, practically. So, you know, a good sign that I'm not counting down the days until I can buy makeup again. I still find myself sort of mindlessly looking at some of those sites, you know, taking a look at Ipsy or FabFitFun, Ulta, just to see what there is. But I'm in no way tempted to purchase. I did make a mistake actually before I even started no-buy. I had already made my selections for the Copacetic Cutie Box back in late-ish June, maybe like June 20th, before I'd even decided that I was going to do a no-buy. So yes, technically I did buy one thing this month. It is a $12 subscription box from Copacetic. I could have canceled, but I didn't want to mess with that team. I know that it's like one woman and her husband that pretty much run the entire operation, and they didn't need to deal with any inconvenience for my mistake. So we're just going to get that. I will enjoy it, and it's so much better than what I've brought in any other month that I'm not worried about it at all. So I'm going to set that down with some powder foundation. When I am using this green color correcting primer, I feel like I absolutely have to wear some kind of tinted product over it. Often what I've been doing is wearing this Ilia Sibeon Triple Serum SPF 40. I would not recommend this to anyone, but I have it, so I've been using it. I just feel like I can see a tiny hint of that green primer if I'm not careful. It doesn't take a whole lot to cover it up, but it takes something. Wow, my bangs are going to be such a mess by the end of this video. But I think that we are good to go. Let's start with some eyebrows. I think I'm going to just be using a brow pencil today. This is actually my new brow pencil. It has this perfect little tip that I'm going to ruin in about 5 seconds. Let's see. So, yeah, no-buy is going well. I don't know if I'm going to extend the no-buy for a little while longer. Like, there are definitely some things that I will actually need next month. Like, I don't need a serum, but it would be good to get one. I do need some like remover products, especially for nail polish. So I'm down to like a quarter of a bottle of nail polish remover, and you would think that could last me a while, but honestly, no. I've been really happy with this no-buy though, and how it allows me to get through products. I didn't realize just how much new items distracted me from things that I was trying to finish. Like, my empties this month was a good empties. And my empties next month is going to be a better empties. I'm almost certain of it. Like, I think I have 3 fragrances that'll be in there. I have, I think, 2 facial cleansers that'll be in there. At least 1, like, full-size body lotion. It's looking really good. It's shaping up to be a really good empties. And, I mean, I've only been not buying for a month. That's wild to me. And yeah, a huge chunk of that is probably just timing. I feel like you do kind of just end up on a cycle with certain products where, you know, you're going to use it up every 3 or 4 months, and sometimes those cycles just end up syncing for different types of products. But I do think that there is something to it, especially with some of the lip products that I'll be finishing. I do not think that I would have finished as many if I'd bought, you know, 3 new lipsticks this month and was constantly wanting to test those out and splitting my attention between those and the things I'm actually trying to finish. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. You know what, I grabbed this, but I don't think that's actually what I need to use. I think I need something a little bit lighter because I want to do this cool toned look that I've been wearing a lot that involves basically this row and this yellow. So I need something just a little bit lighter to set my eyeshadow primer. So I'm going in with just like this white. Oh, I didn't open my window. Hopefully the lighting in this video is decent. It looks, from what I can see in the viewfinder, like it is. All right. And I also think that a thing that's been helping with my no buy a little bit is the addition of a little bit of fashion content. By the way, thank you guys so much for your positive reception of that. I know that it's, you know, a little bit hard to get going, and I think that even more so than makeup content, fashion content can sort of feel like you are inviting people to judge your looks, your body, whatever. And the way that you guys have approached that, I think, in your reception has been really positive, really kind, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. So, now getting past that, I think I'm going to start with this yellow shade from my Pandas Eyeshadows. This is actually not technically in my Pandas Eyeshadows anymore because I finished my 10 uses. But you know what, just to keep this a little bit more with my Pandas Eyeshadows, I'm also going to go into a little bit of this orange and a lot of bit of the yellow, and I'm going to put that pretty lightly in my crease. I have been loving this look. I think I've worn this like 4 times in the past 2 or 3 weeks since I rolled in my new Pandas Eyeshadow shades. And I kind of wanted to go for a little bit of a 90s-ish look today. I thought that with my hair and this little blue daisy top, that would kind of fit. So I'm going to be going very nude on the lips. And I thought this mixture of a warm and cool eye look would be really good to go with that. Okay, so what I have been doing here is I have been mixing this shade from Luxie Beauty, which is Wild Child. It is this gorgeous, gorgeous neutral. It has a little bit of green to it, has a little bit of purple to it, but yet somehow it still reads as super neutral with this silver, and I've been putting that over most of my lid. Just with my finger, because, you know, is it really a makeup video on this channel if I don't just use my finger? And then, depending on the day, I've either been going into this deep brown from Viseart or Joker from Luxie. I think that today I'm going to go with Joker, just for a little bit of additional duochrome shine. Going into that in my outer corner. And then taking something along my lower lash line on a pencil brush like this. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling like mixing things up today, so I'm going to go into a little bit more of the Viseart shade. Deepen up just the very, very outer part of my outer V. And then take a little bit more of that, go along the outer half of my lower lash line, clean the brush off, and then go into Joker to finish off my lower lash line. All right, and then my favorite part of this look is in the inner corner. I've been adding this light gold shade. This is pretty poppy. It is a ColourPop Super Shock from the Child palette, which is the Baby Yoda, and I've just been popping that in my inner corner. And I love the interest that brings. I love that contrast of the gold with the silver. I think it's really interesting. I like how it is giving a lot of contrast but still very neutral. I think that's super interesting. I've been loving this, and I don't think it's a combination I ever would have thought to try if I hadn't pulled both of these into my Pan Those Eyeshadows. Okay, I'm liking where that is at. So I think that's it for the eyeshadow. Let me put on some mascara and we'll work on the rest of my face. So now that that's complete, I was able to get a little bit more of a full view of my eyeshadow, and I decided I kind of lost that yellow a little bit, so I'm going to go into a little bit more of that. Same brush and everything, and just, you know, make sure that you can still see the yellow. It is another interesting element of this look, and I don't want to just lose it into my skin. Also, I was feeling like I could really see some of the veining around my eyes, and, you know, we're not here for that. Okay, I think that is looking good. Now for my cheeks, I think I'm going to keep things pretty basic. I'm going to go into my Physicians Formula All-Star palette and just my usual mixture of this blush, which is from Wet n Wild and in my project pan, and a little bit of the butter bronzer. Hit my cheeks with that. Looks like I could use a little bit more today. Okay, cool. I somewhat recently I mean, I guess it wasn't that recent because I've been on a no-buy for the past month. But I've had this little e.l.f. Cantaloupe palette for a while. So I think I'm going to go into some of this highlight. I don't know that there's shade names for these individuals. I don't think so. But it's a peachy highlight. And I'm going to put that along this part of my cheekbone, not far back at all. Sort of cup the apple of my cheek with that. I feel like that is quite a flattering way of applying highlight for me. I think that's probably it for the face. Now moving on to the lips. Like I said, we're going for a little bit of a 90s look. So I think I'm going to go with some lip liner first. I have two pulled. Let's see. So there is this vintage liner in Mocha. And here is this ColourPop one in BFF. Honestly, those are the same color, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to use Mocha just because I can. And I'm going to just line my lips. If my lips were in better shape, I would probably have taken off my lip balm to do this, but they aren't. They hurt today. So I don't want that fully flat look, and I don't want to take off my lip balm. So I guess we're doing it on top. Okay. And then layering that up. No, it's a tiny zit, not misplaced lip liner. I'm going to go in with this Nars lipstick in Blonde Venus. This is a lightish nude. It's not crazy, but definitely gives me those 90s vibes that I was looking for. I think it could be a little bit more brown for the true full 90s effect, but we're not trying to go costumey here. And I think that's actually a really, really pretty shade. I do like how it makes my lips look a little bit fuller when paired with that lip liner, especially when I have the balm underneath. It gives a little bit of extra shine. And I think that is probably my face. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to discuss about my no-buy, but I think that we really did cover pretty much everything. So I'm going to put on a little perfume. This is Golden Nectar from Nest, and it is beautiful. And then I think that I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you're doing No by July, I would love to hear how it's going. I hope it's going really well. I hope it's really easy and that you're able to put aside a little extra money for something fun that isn't makeup this month. Thanks again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that I will see you all in the next one. Bye!